Can you hear that? There's squirrels running on the roof. I want to make a video thanking Typing Piper for his recent video, bitching and moaning. Smoking Foundry in my Stanwell pot, and he was not bitching and moaning. He was talking honestly about his struggles, and I think that and he mentioned the D word. He mentioned depression, and talked about his experience with that a little bit. And I think that those of us in the YTPC, I'm gonna cut it short. I'm gonna cut it short for your benefit. I think I invite us all, everybody in the YTPC, make a freaking VR to this video or Typing Piper. Let's have a YTPC bitch session. Here's why. We're all dudes here, right? Except for the few of us that aren't dudes. But even then, I suspect that certain personality traits might carry over. We all like to think of ourselves as strong, and maybe even the strong silent type. You know what I mean? Like we have as dudes, or as people who are successful enough to be able to smoke a pipe, to have the leisure time and YouTube, to have the technology. We like to think that we can overcome adversity, and we've been through a lot in our lives to get to a point where we have a basic standard of whatever, all that bullshit. But man, life is hard. Life is hard, and because of all the people out there turning the fact that life is hard into a profitable enterprise, right? The victimhood status. It seems like a lot of people chase that. It makes people like us shut up, right? It makes people like us not want to talk about the fact that life is hard, and I certainly don't want to be seen as a complainer. But at the same time, man, like the forced positivity of YouTube, of like online influencers, the fact that I'm a dude and I'm supposed to be strong and I'm supposed to shut up and get the job done and all that shit, the fact that some of it's personal and I don't want to talk about it, like all that leans on me being able to say, like, man, I am having a rough time. I went to a church service one time, a Baptist church, which is rare for me. And I still remember it because it was a contemporary service. My wife and I think we were going to like stretch our boundaries, right? We were like looking for a church or something, and we were like, well, there's no way we would ever go to this particular church. So that's why we should go to this particular church and like just, see what it's about. So we went, and it was a contemporary service, and I spent most of the service rolling my eyes. And if that works for you, that's great. Not I'm totally judging, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, it's just not for me. And then in the sermon, it was a lot. There was a lot of whispering. It was one of the sermons where they whisper a lot. They're like, and I was going through a rough time, and then God. And you're just like, oh, dude, you have like a degree in public speaking. Like, do you really have to whisper? Okay, so anyway, the pastor or youth pastor or associate lay pastor or whatever, that it's one of those churches with like 5 different pastors. Okay, so the point that I'm trying to make here is, he said, it was about difficult times. The sermon was about getting through hard times, and he said, raise your hand if you've ever been through a hard time. And so of course everyone raises their hand, and then he said, okay, I want you to keep your hand up if you're going through a difficult time right now. And everyone kept their hand up. So if you follow Typing Piper, you know that he has been through some shit lately. Like, he has had some rough times lately, and in the rest of his life. And if you should read his work about being a degenerate cook. Anyway. Okay, getting off topic. Thank you, Typing Piper, for having the courage to come out and say life is hard. And so I'm inviting the rest of us to make a video complaining. Not exactly, that's a strong word, but like, so here's something in my life. I'll start. Here's my thing. I have a kid, and I waited 3 years for my kid to go to school, so that because my wife works full-time job, so I'm the dude, right? It's me. I'm the one on point. And so I waited 3 years to try to, like, I was just trying to get by those 3 years, because then he's going to go to school, right? And then I'll be able to do my work again. So I'm a self-employed artist, right? I run a business. Like, that, my business name ends in incorporated. And I run a business on 15 to 20 hours a week. Like, that's basically, like, I was thinking about this when school started again this year, and I'm like, okay, school's back in now, so why am I not getting anything done? Like, why can't I get my work done? And so I like did the math, and I'm like, I only get 15 hours a week. Now, obviously, I get more time than that, but I only get 15 hours when I know I won't be bothered. 15 hours to plan meetings, to go to shoots, to do every task that is involved in running a business. I get 15 hours. Or I can work more than 15 hours, but I got my kid, like, trying to crawl on my lap and play Minecraft on my computer. And that's just the way it is. Okay, whatever. But what's been getting me lately is I spend 2 hours in my car every day taking him to school and back, because the traffic here has gotten so ridiculous that yesterday at 9:15 in the morning, when I was trying to get back from preschool to go to a meeting, yesterday I had already sat in 2 traffic jams at 9:15 in the morning. And I can't figure out a better way. Like, he's got to go to school or I get no time. And I mean, he doesn't get an education. I guess there is that. That's the other reason he should go to school. But I spend so much time going back and forth to school, and God help me if there's like a doctor's appointment or something later in the day. And then I spend 3 hours in my car out of the day. So I've spent, like, if we have an appointment in the afternoon, I spend just as much time in my car driving him around as I do alone by myself working. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, how do I mean, there's nothing to do. There is nothing to do. I mean, I don't make enough money because I only work 20 hours a week at my business. I can't make enough money to hire a nanny to go get him from school. I'm stuck in this place. I got no health insurance. I got no retirement savings. I can't grow my business because you can only, this goes back to, like, business theory. Not that I know a damn thing about business theory, let's be real. But I heard someone say this once. You can either work in your business or you can work on your business, but you can't do both at the same time. So when I'm sitting there editing photos from a shoot, I'm working in my business. I am an employee of the business doing the work of the business. But when I'm, in CEO mode, I need to be thinking big picture stuff, right? Like, I need to be thinking, where am I going to do my marketing? What's going to happen next year? What are my long-term goals? I never think about that stuff. I don't have time. I don't have time to work on my business. My business will not grow. I'm always going to be just barely making it. Just barely making it with no actual growth in the long term. That's me. That's the situation I'm in. But what do I do about it? What do I do? I mean, I don't know. No, I guess as he gets older, I will have more time and things might get easier. I mean, he's not even 5 yet. But that is, I just need to talk about that sometimes. And the depression part that Typing Piper was talking about, like, yeah, man. Like, he says he gets up and he takes care of his kid and then he crashes on the couch for a few hours. Man, the time that I spend playing Minecraft, I'll be sitting there playing Minecraft being stressed out that I'm playing, knowing I shouldn't, but also knowing I just can't right now. I can't, I get down to the end of a day, by 6 or 7 in the evening, and I'm like, I got nothing left. Like, I'm not going to have big picture ideas that are going to grow the business after a certain point in a day like that. So I play Minecraft, because if I don't, then I have a mental health crisis. Like, if I don't do something with that energy, that stressed out energy, then I will go off the rails and be nothing but like a dead weight to my family. And that's happened before. And that's, to some extent, that's why I asked you guys in the last Sunday Anti-Social, like, when I got sick a couple of weeks ago, did I really get sick? Or did my, mind and body just say, no, we're done here. Like, we're not going to do anything more at this moment? Because my kid didn't get sick. I got the stomach virus and I didn't give it to my kid. Like, do you know how rare that would be? And he didn't get it first. Like normally he gets it first and gives it to me. My wife didn't get sick. So was it just all in my head because I just couldn't do it anymore? So I want to hear you bitch about whatever that thing is in your life. The thing where you're just like, every few months, you're like, this is stupid. I can't do this. But then you have to keep doing it because you can't think of a way around it. Like, I want to hear everybody talk about that as a therapeutic way of bitching. No, as a therapeutic way of getting it out there. And let's all admit, some things in life are really, really hard. And you just have to, it just sucks. It just sucks. And thank you, Typing Piper, for being the one for being the first one to break that silence, basically, for actually coming out and saying, yeah, I'm a dude and I'm a father figure and yada, yada, yada. But sometimes things just suck. Everybody go watch Typing Piper's video. And if you're going to make a video, make sure you include Typing Piper. Like, go post your VR on his channel or something like that. If you want to join me and Typing Piper in the first annual YTPC bitch session. And that's all I got to say, because in 2 hours, I got to go pick up my kid to the south, half an hour to the south. And then I got to drive him an hour to the north, 45 minutes to the north. And then I got to drive all the way, like drop him off with my wife. Then I got to drive him all the way. I got to drive an hour back south again to go to a shoot. And then I got to come home. And I'll get home at like 7. And nothing will have been done all day, except I did a shoot, which just means I produced more photos that I now have to edit and never have time to keep the ends out for the ties that bind.